Hello. Okay.
All right.
Today we are twinsies.
India number 3.
India number 3. Let's go. We're Tien Lan.
And longer, 2 gay explorers on the road again. This time, India.
From the chaos of Bangalore's markets to the calm of Goa's beaches, from rooftop chai to midnight raves, we dove headfirst into color, spice, and stories.
We got lost in ancient temples, danced with strangers, and sweated through every possible curry.
India wasn't just a trip, it was an experience. A little wild, a little holy, and completely unforgettable.
So buckle up, grab your masala and your sets. India's calling, and honey, we definitely answered. So, who is Kali?
Kali is a complicated goddess in Hinduism. She is mother, but also destroyer. It focuses on spiritual strength, courage, and transformation. And she is associated with darkness and transformation. So, for example, new moon symbolizes the hidden, mysterious energy of the universe. So she also encompasses both darkness and light. Kali Puja happens exactly on the new moon during Diwali, which we were in, I think.
We arrived exactly the new moon, and that was the day when the moon was in Scorpion.
One of the first time in India, I think 10 years ago, I went to Bangalore and I went to commercial street with Harsha. For some reason, I bought a small statue of Kali there, which I was sort of, I don't know, practically. Since then, this little statue stood in my living room for many years. I don't know, somehow I always stumble upon information that the goddess. And when we came to India, us again, and it was interesting to see that it was Riti from that I see her again.
It was also our first trip before we knew we were going to move away from Berlin. And we sort of like, I think it was the life come to the point that we need something new. We want just something new. And so Kali sort of represent this newborn rebirth, like it also represent death, of course, but like death also mean rebirth. You have to destroy in order to rebuild. And so, like, the symbolism beyond this goddess is really amazing for us.
After much deliberation, we will go to the Eastern Kali temple. Say hi.
It was very difficult to find. They all have the same name.
Yes,
across the city, one on the north, one in the south, one in the east.
And there's no addresses.
There's no addresses, and they all have the same name. Bangalore, Kali, Bari.
Kali Bari.
They all call it like this.
Let's pray that everything will be smooth.
So when we arrived at the first day, actually, in the evening, we went to the first temple.
It was in a sort of slum of Bangalore. It was a bit scary, to be honest. It took us, I think, a lot of time to go there, to reach there. And we don't have any footage, unfortunately, because we didn't feel comfortable
We're not really allowed to film.
Yeah, not allowed, and it's very early. But the guy was super, super nice, and he sat down and he talked to us, and he explained to us, he gave us his number, he gave us pictures of Kali.
Yeah, there was like, when we entered, it's really like in a neighborhood, and then the temple is not big. And you went there, like the statue is sort of like a half human size, I think. And you went inside, we immediately sort of on our knees. And then the statue is just like full of flowers, beautiful, full of like people bring food, fruits, and all kinds of things around. And it was just so many flowers, it's so beautiful. And I remember there was like a girl who was there and all that, sort of guiding us and light like a small incense for us. And then I don't know why, that was just that moment I saw it, a feeling and something, and then I would just sort of start crying. And then the priest, this old, very, very friendly old man, he just explained to us like Kali is a mother. He's come from birth, and then if you wish, you ask her, she will give you strength. And I was just now talking about it, I'm already feel emotional again. And yeah, so that was like a moment I feel. I think I said, and she gave us like this little cake, sweet cake.
True, very sweet. Yeah, like that. And incense to light. Yeah, of course. And then
Third day we actually went to like the big one, big Kali temple there.
Sweet Karana. Sweet Karana.
So we went to this huge temple, and also we at the door I remember it's super busy. So around it I imagine like a normal temple, like a market outside.
yeah, there's a market.
Very colorful.
And many classes and auto counters like just brought people in ferries around. There's food. And there's also sellers that I think there's sort of rice and drink and lots of stuff.
Yeah.
Like even like memorabilia that are needed to buy, like bracelets stuff.
Exactly. And I remember there was also another guy. He came to us and he took a little bit money from us, and he gave us like a little bag with stuff you can pray to the goddess. And then I only remember there was like lemons, some fruits, little bit sweet stuff, right? And so we pulled out a table and a queue. Actually, there were so many people queuing to see the goddess, and it was covered. It was covered by something else, so you cannot see this statue of goddess all the time. So everyone was sort of queuing outside, right? And then we're like, wow, like crowded with other people, and only until certain time it was open,
And then like, but
yeah, it was, and then like pushing in and so on. And like only short time you can stand in front of her,
Yeah.
and then you have to go.
I think they bless your lemons or something, and then you have to take it out, or they bless you, and then you go out. Because they sample inside the many gods that have to pray to, and many ceremonies you can do. I bought a little memorabilia there. This is the fork, the god.
So you put this name on the screen and
Just see this huge. It's the size of a human, okay? And you create this lemon if you have, and then I say squeeze. Yeah, they turn around the fork, and then they just skewer it on the fork, and then you need to like wish or something.
right?
I am not sure. It looks like a female, so it's not I don't know.
We are at the door, and then this is the actual. There's like two statues.
Look at this, so colorful, nice. And around it, there was a bit of, let's say, unsanitary basically garbage. However, there are a floss of hawks. So we just arrived at just a normal, just a bit of trash. And here, if you can see, the trees are full of hawks or falcons, I'm not sure. Oh my God, look at this one, super close by. Look at him, flying. Like pigeons, and then there's many crows, but the falcons are like huge ones, like tons of them. Crazy.
Like 10, 20.
I think they eat very well here, both crows and falcons.
Look how many fly there.
It's like packs. Here, like I never see so many hawks in this same place. I don't even know why there are many hawks there. And we met a bunch of kids, the teenagers, and they took us down through this, through the sort of like a road into a huge lake. So the park, although it's like dirty and noisy, but it's still very beautiful from here, right? Nature and stuff. The sun is shining.
For me, at least, was very interesting because I remember there was one day when we are in Berlin, I was like confused or something. So I was sort of asking a sign, and I said, if there's a sign there, if you heard me, I say it a lot, and please let me see a hawk. You know, I was just sort of challenging a guy if I might. I was just like, I was being silly anyway. So when that day when we were in the Kali temple, and suddenly there was full of hawks, like in the sky and like everywhere. I don't know, they were like 30, 50s.
They're like a...
It's really
Usually I heard solitaire, so it's very interesting.
yeah. Normally, yeah. So suddenly like seeing so many hawks like around you, I was very like. And I remember I made this request, in Berlin. So it was very I don't know, spiritual for me somehow. I was like, wow, my God, are you like answering me or answering my prayer or something? Also very funnily, like in Berlin, in our home, we had a calendar of Avenger, and then funnily on the first day of November, which we left Berlin, there was a hawk, there was a falcon on this calendar. Was very from Marvel, yeah, very strange. I know you're not a very religious person, but like, when you met Kali, did you make any kind of wish to her?
I think it was to like maybe like a closure from like 10 years ago. Yeah, that like this idea, like I met her in India with Kash, and now 10 years later I meet her again.
All right, so that was third day. Spiritual day.
Yeah, the third day was also a very full day of events.
All right.
But okay, see you the next.
Bye.
Cool.
Hello. We just now finished Kali and Hanuman,
Hanuman, yes.
the Sultan. And now we maybe try to take a subway here. We don't know how, but
Metro.
we're gonna
Go to
We're gonna
Church
see.
Street for some food and yeah, just walking around.
yes. And this road looks to be crazy.
Yes.
But let's see. All right.
Wow.